repeat that again for me. Repeat what you just said.
So I was just saying, I feed off of your energy as well. So I feel like it's a harmony, it's a symphony of just good vibrations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sizzler being
Because
featured, yo.
it's a harmony of good vibrations because when I come here, I feel that and then it's reciprocating. So I have to give you thanks as well for the good vibes and the good energy on the show. You continue to bring.
The reason I asked you to repeat what you said is because the system kicked me off. Kicked me off, and I had to log out and log back in right now. So yes, it's okay.
Oh.
Yes, but I'm telling you, seriously speaking, it is that, you know, when you are vibrating from a certain respect and certain aspect, it travels, you know, and that's exactly what it is. Like I said, every time you come, you bring it. And I can't take away what it is that you do in terms of your career. You know, you are what you do, and you're the one who has the great music. But it's great to know that you can always come through, and it is that you're bringing the vibe, as always.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
So, in parting, it is so sad to part, but it is so sad to part. Are you planning on doing an album anytime soon? Because we need an album out of you.
Yes, I am planning to do an album. Actually, the album might be nearer than we expect, but let us just look forward. Keep locked to my social, and you, Empress Rose, you know you're on my mailing list already. So
Yes.
you will know once the stone drops, then yes, you're ready. So definitely, no date confirmed yet, but album there. Album is here, right? Yes, album is here. So I am just anticipating, and I'll keep you guys posted on that one.
I love it. So to all our listeners who are currently listening, yes, the system kicked me off, so just refresh and you will be able to get back on air as well. So that's why it is that I did the one-on-one music review site, so that persons can always refresh instead of going through the app, because sometimes it's just digital world that we live in, and things like this happen. So yes, it's been a pleasure having you here as always.
It's been wonderful.
So last minute shout outs and your social media handles for the audience.
Okay, so everybody who has been listening, I appreciate you and your time. Big up myself, big up Empress Rose for having me on this show. I want to big up all of the supporters who have reposted and shared and listened and even just clicked like, you know, so far. My social handles are Yeza, that's YEZA _music on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and please stream Glory alongside Cesar Kalonji, Yeza. Right now it is out on all platforms, so make sure you stream that also. Big up the team, big up every supporter, big up my family. That's pretty much it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's been an honor having you come through. I always appreciate you coming by. When you come out with your album, by all means, hit me up, because you are always welcome, you know, to be here and to share with us. The audience love your vibe, they love what you bring, and to our listening audience, She is open for performances. We're outside, we're outside and we're going. So
yes, we're going in and link me up, right? You can go to my profile and you'll see for bookings, and that's yezamusic@gmail.com. Hit me up.
Yes. Loving it, Yeza. We're going to ride out with Glory featuring man himself, Sizzla. And we'll be right back with our next interview, okay? Thanks, Yeza. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Hold myself for one, then no darling. Get the pop, then up, suck the drawstring. Well, okay, we up and make we're great. Well, okay, we up and make we're great. Tell them try it on another day. Launch a rocket,
Yeah,
we
we're making the money,
elevate.
Yo, check your speech, cause if you breach it and unleash your yeka beach, you're not so sleek at the least. Obsolete, we're not so cheap. Now repeat and the feel, let me see. I'm in the clouds, I'm in the street. Come applaud at your feet. Can be somewhere on the beach with them girls, giving them peaches. I've been looking at Toyota, be summer, church to reach. In the north, in the south, I'm in the west, I'm in the east. Nothing you do can stop me. Nothing you do can stop me.
God, we warning. Pandemic can't stop the jam win. Hold myself at one, then no darling. Get the bomb, then knock, stop the drawstring. Well, okay, we up and make we're great. Well, okay, we up and make we're great. Tell them try it on another day. Launch a rocket, we are elevate. Look, the most make it a misdemeanor. Then I miss out when me knock it off, forget I reach her. Slam a trophy on a rocket, Venus and Serena. Knowledge of the self a key, so better get to read up. Not true, my righteous, but enough to be a hear you later. Still I pull up every cup, come get your milliliter. Lock down every major city, can't restrict my visa. Still I fly go Amsterdam, go link up regular fly go Ghana, get a piece of land for feature. Yeah, yo,
Yes,
yeah, yo, yeah, yo,
Sizzla.
yeah, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, yeah, yo. You better live, no. Get up and grow. I said I'm in love. Yes, I'm in love with my soul. Come on, oh. Never give up. No wait till the glory come. We already glorious. Just hold the trust so higher.
And coming up next, we have Vibrations. Stay tuned.
Sandra, you're gonna be my baby Lord.
It's about that time, so girl, let's face it. Yeah, nah, go lie, woman, your vibe is so sacred. Oh, yeah, we've been provided with the best love, let's make it. Oh, girl, we've been provided with the best trust, let's take it. I said higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat, so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found the end to not forgetting I'd better.
Coming up next, we have in the building, we're talking about vibrations, okay? So, to all our listening audience, right? Some of you may have got disconnected because the system works like that sometimes. Okay? So for our listeners who are currently on 101 Music Review Got Online, please go out and you please share that link, because the other links sometimes will kick you off. That's the reason why the 101 Music Review, just refresh and there you got it right here.
I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found an end to not forgetting our bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom. Hear me now, girl, me praise the Father. Blessings I receive to move with order. Love me, love your back, me now go like. Cause the way you hold me down, me ball and grind. Enough man they are road, I feel them something, yeah. Yes, it does exist, you have to find it. Now go fret, cause I have realized as a guy that hurt inside, I'm willing to try now. Higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found an end to not forgetting our bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom. Sandra, you gotta be my baby lover. Oh, yeah. Sandra, yeah. That one your name, Sandra, you gonna be my baby lover. Well, Sandra, right. Well, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat so higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found an end to not forgetting our bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom. Yeah, girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our listening audience, I know you're vibing too higher right now, but it is that a call to your attention that Vibrations is currently in studio, okay? And we're going to tap right in with him. Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for Vibrations? Hello, how are you?
I feel like I'm on a different planet right now.
Yes. Today is the release of this great music. Yes, I'm loving it. Yeah. What has the reception been like? I won't even get into introducing yourself. I would like to know, what has the reception been thus far in reference to your release in just a few hours?
So, the release, just to get technical and to answer the question in full circle, the release has gone open on Eastern Standard Time at 12 a.m. So simultaneously, it released on every market at that given moment. So since then, my I'm still trying to wake up because I've been receiving phone calls and text messages and stuff like that. Even though it was late, and then I got up 7 Jamaica time, since I'm on the island now, and I haven't taken a nap or anything since. Like, I've been on the phones all day. My phone, my DM has been going crazy. So like I'm just like
Well,
I'm astonished by all of this.
that's the vibe. That's the vibe of an excellent release. That's what you're gonna get. And you,
Yeah.
I just completed my interview with Yaza, and now I have you sitting here. Let me tell you something. There's great music that's coming out of Jamaica. Especially, we don't want, it hasn't skipped a generation. It has not skipped a generation. I'm telling you, this is excellent music right here. So, talk to me about the production of this song.
Um. So the production and shout outs to New Vineyard Music in Vineyard Town. I hope they listening right now.
Shout out to New Vineyard.
Yeah, Ronnie Dredd specifically. You know what I mean? He that's a great man right there. Love him. But in regards to the production, I came into it because it was finished already. I wasn't around like when the production was made or whatnot, but the production was already completed.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the rhythm, and with me doing music, I had different styles in regards to like rhythms and productions and stuff, but I've never done a one drop. I've never done like a lovers rock record, and that's something like since I started doing reggae music, because reggae music for me personally is like my second or third style of music since I started to be a creative. It was first rap, so being that I was born and raised in the States, you know what I mean, I wasn't all the way into it. So but yeah, I've never done a one drop record. I've visited Ronnie Dredd last year around this time, so to speak. And I said, you know what? Like I just wanted to. I had some lyrics finished to it, but I kind of just made up the rest right before I recorded it. You know what I mean? And then the the recording and the rest is history.
Well, when you're talking about authentic reggae sounds, this is what Higher gives. Yeah? And I am sure that there is an audience out there that's craving this music, and I can tell it's going to be a hit. It is a hit. Yeah? It is a hit.
Yes. Absolutely. I appreciate that a lot. That's the goal. Like, as an artist, not even as an artist, I want to say this, and I want to be mighty clear to everybody that's listening. Just as a being, as a spirit, and as a person. Being a creative, coming from that side, that sort of seed, like it's yeah, you want the reception to be good, but it's like you really want someone to take from the message to at least the feel of it, and to let them know like you can love, you can still love while you're alive. So that was my entire goal and energy that I've placed into the writing of the song, and the melodies that I've chosen for the rhythm and things of that. So I think like that when I wrote this record, and just records in general. So yeah, that was the total like the complete package of the record when I created it.
Awesome. Talk to me about Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, funny enough, I wrote this song to a Jazz Elise song featuring Mortimer. That I think it's called After 3.
Yeah.
And I love that song so much, and I cannot stop listening to that song. So I was traveling somewhere, and I originally wrote the lyrics to that rhythm, but I never finished it until I heard the rhythm at Vineyard Town, and that was it. Yeah.
Wow. Talk to me about the name. and using the acronyms. Talk to me about the name. How did you come up with vibrations and just deciding to not spell out the word itself, but to go with the VBRTNS?
So, so to answer that, I have to give you just a small backstory of my previous pseudonym. So, which is Irie Child. That's the name I've chosen for myself. Vibrations came about from my mentor, which is a hip hop icon that goes by the name M1. He's from the hip hop group called Dead Prez. They were Sound to Loud Records. They sung songs like It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, Hell Yeah, featuring Jay-Z. They were featured on Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack, and the list goes on. Dave Chappelle, you name it. But yeah, so M1 is a mentor of mine for like the past 19 years of my life. And he is the one who came up with the name because he felt like I needed to graduate from the name Irie Child, still keep it and let people call me that, but in regards to my artistry to the world, he wanted me to be presented the right way. And because of how, this is his words, like how my aura is and the effect that I have on people and things of that nature, he wanted me to have that name Vibrations, and he styled it out to take out the vowels of it. So that's why you get VBRTNS. Because if you place the vowels back in, you get the full word Vibrations.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And especially in terms of the aura and everything that goes along with it. Yes, you definitely bring that as well. I think this show actually vibrates on a higher spectrum as well. On that note, I'm going to jump to your song, Higher, and we'll be right back with some more questions.
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
It's about that time, so girl, let's face it. Yeah, nah, go lie, woman, your vibe is so sacred. Oh, yeah. We've been provided with the best love, let's make it. Oh, girl, we've been provided with the best trust, let's take it. I said, higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat, so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her and to not forgetting that bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you, time to make that good thing blossom. Hear me now, girl, me praise the Father. Blessings I receive to move with order. Love me, love you back, me now go like. Or the way you hold me down, me ball and grind. Enough man they are road, I feel them something yet. Yes, it does exist, you have to find it. Now go fret, cause I have realized as a guy that hurt inside, I'm willing to try now. Higher, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat, so higher, higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her and to not forgetting that bedroom. That's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you, time to make that good thing blossom. Sandra, you go.
Yes, so I am happy to report that there are a few countries who are actually logging in and are actually loving Higher and are vibing to Higher. So we'd just like to take this time to shout out a few more countries, just so that my audience don't feel left out as well, and persons. Would like to shout out, of course, Nairobi, Kenya, Eldoret, Kenya. I see you. Thanks for logging in. As well, we have out of Ghana, Accra, and Kumasi. I see you as well. The Gambia, thanks for tuning in. Sierra Leone, yes, thanks for showing up as well. We have out of Bristol, as well. The UK, big ups. We have Australia, Switzerland in the house. Of course, the USA. And out of Toronto and Montreal, Canada. And out of Jamaica. Of course, Spanish Town, De La Vega City, St. Catherine, Montego Bay, New Vineyards, Trenchtown, Vineyard Town. I see all of you. Okay, thanks for the support each and every week. Tuning in. I love it. I love it. And we're going to jump to some questions, of course. So, should I be calling you Vibrations or Ari Child at this point?
Either one, because I run both pseudonyms, so that's okay with me. But I guess Vibrations for the sake of the record. But either way, it don't matter.
So as we talk about the reggae genre, is this your preferred genre, or do you dabble in other genres as well?
Right now, I prefer reggae more than anything in the entire world.
Yes.
Overall, for me,
so you say reggae music forever?
Of course, even when I used to deny it as a little kid. Of course. But I started out.
Mm-hmm.
I started out rapping and stuff before I've ever, dove into even thinking about doing reggae music. So yeah.
We have Elizabeth out of Canada, and she's asking, can she find other tracks for you, in the different digital stores? She's loving Higher, and she would like to go in and take a listen to other things that you may have out there.
So she can find my previous records.
Is that under the name Irie Child?
Yes, under the name Irie Child. So Irie space Child. So IRIE space Child. So she can find it there. But this is the first ever record that I released under Vibrations.
Yes.
So this is the only record that's on the Vibrations right now, as of right now, at this current moment.
Well, yeah, and it's Vibrations for a reason, because this song is definitely vibrating on a higher level. It is great reggae music, authentic reggae music, and it's not just about the music, but the production, the all-around production, which plays into any great song. Which at the top of the hour, when we talk about the one-on-one music review and the persons that we actually bring onto this show for interviews. Yes, it's an eclectic audience, as we have various persons that we consider professional artists within the industry that we interview. We interview emerging artists, and we interview the artists that's just up and coming as well. Good music is good music, and it never dies. And this song right here is going to stand the test of time. I tell you, 20 years from now, this song is still going to be playing. This is not something where you play today and next week it has no substance. Very good.
So with that, I wanna I just wanna shout out a few people with what you just said. What catered to my spirit and thoughts and my feelings about the music overall. I want to say Dennis Brown. I want to call out the name Tenasaw. I want to call out the name, let's see here. Of course, Barris. That's, whether if it's generic or not, still have to call that man out. But most importantly, most importantly, my father, which is Professor Grizzly.
I know. I was going to ask you about that. Yes.
Yeah,
your father, Professor Grizzly, made his name in the industry, in the reggae music industry as well. Not just reggae, but also all around. Do you see a little bit of, versatile artist as well? Do you see a little bit of him in your works in terms of versatility?
Absolutely, because
Yes.
there's things that are so this thing like when I started to do reggae music, there's like little nuances of things that I used to sing and say and like write in pattern, and I've never really like heard all of his stuff, and then I just like I don't know, it's the mystic, and then I'm like, yo, like I would hear like a old song of my father's, and I'm like, holy shit, and I can reference it to um something that I've written or done or said, like a pattern or something. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So it's so yeah, and it's like and it's crazy because but he used to be like, yo, y'all got to singer. And I'm like, yo, dad, I don't want to sing. Like, you do that already. I do not want to sing. Like, I want to rap. This is how I like music or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was born and raised in the States. So but my blood is the total opposite.
Uh-huh.
But me being younger, when I started to just get into music in general, that was the thing growing up in New York City. Like, it's like either the typical story of you playing a sport or you're getting into some form of vocal fashion, like with music and things like that. I just
Yeah.
wanted to rap, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to rap, and I still do it, but reggae music is at the top of my totem pole, first, second, and third.
Mm-hmm.
I
What
just have to come home with it. So
well, when you listen to Higher, of course it is there's a reggae there's a reggae that's very persistent throughout, but then on the undertones there's a bit of R&B factor going on as well.
yeah.
Should we look for this R&B reggae the R&B side of reggae music going forward, or you're gonna shock us with say a dancehall or something in the future, or you don't want to tell me yet?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Listen, because of my love of this thing, and I wanted to challenge myself with where reggae music could really be placed with its diversity
Mm-hmm.
because of its real power.
Yes.
Like this, I have an Afrobeat side of it, and to where it's but I'm still sounding like a reggae artist. So I want to be clear about that
Mm-hmm.
because it's very important to me that the pattern has to stay authentic no matter what type of rhythm I'm on. Um, so that's the biggest challenge that I've given to myself. And so you're going to have an R&B side where you hear where it's locked in patois. You know what I mean, with the reggae style, no matter what. Hip hop rhythm, same thing. Afrobeat rhythm, same thing. Dancehall rhythm, same thing. You know what I mean? So absolutely, I did. Oh my God, you got me ready to release my unreleased records now, so people could just hear what I'm speaking of.
Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Well, this interview is very short, so I'm waiting for you to come out with the album so we can have a longer time, during the interviews here. So you can have a longer interview and I can learn more about vibrations and the audience to bring them a little bit more about you. Can we look for an album in the future?
Oh yeah, Divine Timing. That's the title.
Would it be
That's
for
the
this
title.
year? This year?
This year,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't know, no, because I still want to have individuals introduced to my spirit and what I have to bring to the table because of
Mm-hmm.
my respect to the music. I don't just want to come out with an album, although I can. That's possible, it's highly possible because I have things done and ready to go.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to introduce myself and I just want to let people know how much I love them, and specifically to the culture, specifically to the music. So I want people to fully take in Higher and then fully take in the next song that I come out and then say I do an EP. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I want to do it. I want to let people know like, hey, I've been loving you since I've been born, and I'm here to stay. You know what I mean? So, but oh yeah, definitely an album coming, and it's entitled Divine Timing. The idea came from my grandmother, because that's something she always says to me over the phone, nothing not up and before the time. She always says that to me. So shout outs to Grandma Gladys on that one.
Okay. We're loving it. We're loving it. We're really digging this higher tune. Really digging it. Besides the music, we have Bev out of London that would like to know. That's Beverly out of London who would like to know. Okay, how about performances? Are you performing for the summer anywhere?
I will be in Zambia at the ending of July.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Nice.
I will be out there. Also, I will be in Miami as well in July as well, and also in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And this month actually May 4th, I want to say, or 5th. No, May 5th. I'll be in New York City performing also.
Okay. Nice.
So
Nice.
I do have a few things lined up, yes.
Nice. Would love to see you in performance. Would like to see you out there doing your thing.
Absolutely. I have every time I'm on stage, I have a whole lot to give.
Yes.
A whole lot to give.
Yes. So any last minute shout outs before we let you go?
Absolutely. Again, I want to shout out my father, Professor Grizzly, because if he didn't chase his dream, I wouldn't be born, literally. So I want to shout him out big time. I would like to shout out New Zealand Music for the production, Ronnie J.
Yes.
I would like to shout out, let's see. I would like to shout out my hometown, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York. That's where I grew up at. You know what I mean? As they would say, a foreign youth. You know what I mean? But let's see. It's so many right now. I don't want to take up too much time. But yeah. Well, most importantly, my father. Most importantly, my father.
Love it, love it. Shout out to Professor Grizzly as well. I mean,
yes,
he did an awesome.
Mr. Shining Star.
he did an awesome job. I would say, I don't want to say you're a replicant, but you you do take certain things by DNA, by choice of DNA as well. So I see you, vibrating higher in terms of your career. And we'll always be here to hear what you have going on and coming through the one-on-one music review at all times. You're welcome.
Absolutely. And big shout out to all the listeners. I appreciate the feedback. I can only imagine what's happening right now from what I cannot see.
Yes, I cannot go through everybody's text because it is that, we are only given a certain amount of window in terms of getting all the interviews in. But yes, there are persons that are really loving the track. They're loving the writing. For myself, I love the writing, the concept, the music, everything. It's professionally done. And like I said, this is music that will stand the test of time. This is not something where you listen to it for 1 month and then you put it down. This is something that will stand the test of time. 4 or 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road, can pick up this song and it will still be relevant. So to all our listening audience, I will be giving away 15 copies today. So hit me up. send me a text message or email or wherever you contact me, and I will ensure that you get your copies, of course. Because that's what we do here on the One-on-One Music Review Show. We reward our audience as well. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Big time.
Yes, all right. So we're going to write out again to all the persons who are just logging in. There are a few persons that are actually logging in right now. We thank you for being here and for choosing to be a part of the One-on-One Music Review Show. Of course, we are currently tuned into Ira Child, aka Vibrations. The name of the song is Higher, and we're going to ride out with it. Thanks for coming through, Vibrations. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you and the rest of the world. This is one of many to come.
Blessed love.
I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her. And to not forgetting that bedroom, that's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom. Sandra, you're gonna be my baby lover. Oh, yeah. Sandra, yeah. Sandra, you're gonna be my baby lover. Well, Sandra, right. Well, higher. Y'all wine and go down, I crave your sweat so higher. I know just what time it is, so let's go. You are definitely the one for each and every endeavor we encounter. In the name of love, I found her. And to not forgetting that bedroom, that's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the listening audience, as always, we aim to please and we do not disappoint. Keep sending in those requests. I will be gifting 15 copies of Higher by Vibrations, okay? As I see the requests is coming in and persons who are loving this tune, when we talk about authenticity and music that stands and lives and stands the test of time, this is what Higher is about, okay? We'll be right back with our next guest, Diana Wright.
I found her. And to not forgetting that bedroom, that's when I make your flower bloom. Girl, I got you. Time to make that good thing blossom. Y'all wine and go down. I know just what time it is, so let's go.
As gold is tried by fire, man is tried by adversity. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. I serve a big God, a mighty big God. Even the lions in the jungle obey him. He makes the lightning and the thunder behave. Yahweh is my big God, yeah. He's the true God, the only true God. He knows the prophets and the patriots failing. That's why I love and obey. tried by adversity. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. I serve a big God, a mighty big God. Even the lions in the jungle obey him. He makes the lightning and the thunder behave. Yahweh is my big God, yeah. He's a true God, the only true God. He knows the prophets and the patriots failing. That's why I love and obey. Yahweh is a true God, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, about to ride it out. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, about to ride it out. I may rise and fall, but I live to see what the Most High has in store for me. I know the sun won't always be shining, but in all these things I keep on fighting. It's the darkest before dawn. Yes, when the night is rough is gone. Yes, it's the darkest before dawn. Oh, when the night is rough is gone. Hey, that's why I serve a big God, a mighty big God. Even the lions in the jungle obey. He makes the lightning and the thunder.
Big up to Phil, who is currently loving Diana Wright's song. She is going to be up in a few minutes, but let me tell you something. When you're talking about the one-on-one music review, to everyone who's currently listening right now, go ahead. Share this show. Okay? That's what we talk about. We do not disappoint. I tell you, you can call this show. The versatility is at an all-time high today. We have hardcore reggae, we have reggae dancehall, we have straight cultural reggae music, we have gospel, and of course we have dancehall in today's show. Don't go nowhere. Diana Wright will be up in just a few minutes.
I claim my health when health was gone. Yes, I told myself I can move on. Yes, I claim my health when health was gone. I told myself I can move on. Hey, that's why I serve a big God, a mighty big God. Even the lions in the jungle obey. He makes the lightning and the thunder behave. Yahweh is my big God, yeah. He's the true God, the only true God. Even the prophets and the patriots hailing. That's why I love and obey. Yahweh is the true God, yeah. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, gonna ride it out. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, gonna ride it out. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, gonna ride it out. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, gonna ride it out. I serve a big God. As gold is tried by fire.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I thank you for tuning in, and I see that my audience is so enthused by Diana Wright's rendition right now. Diana is currently in studio, and I'm going to tap her because we really just need to get into this interview. So some of the questions that you're sending to me, I can get through them. Diana, how are you?
I'm doing well, Empress Rose. I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored, okay? And you just made my day so much better because this is my first time hearing this Big God song, but it puts things in perspective. You know?
Wow.
And I'm loving this song. I can promise you that I will be listening to this song throughout the weekend, because I just discovered one of the biggest gospel, whatever. It is not just a gospel song. I am loving exactly what you did here with this song right now. So to all the audience who is currently tapping and telling me how much they love the song, I love it too. That's why it's here. Yes, Diana.
You thanks.
Yeah, so tell me about the song. Before we get into just who Diana is, tell me about the song. I'm so excited by this song.
Okay, this song was actually it's from my EP that we released in 2019. And the song basically, I wanted to, because normally I sing like the traditional gospel, but I wanted to change up the things a little bit, because having read and getting more knowledge and more understanding of who the Creator is and how we should relate to Him. I wanted to bring home the natural things and put my life in it and kind of really testify about the Most High in the way that I see and feel and who He is to me. So when I bring Him in the natural realm of things, that's what I executed, and that's the birth or the rebirth of how I energize the Most High in my life,
Well, I can feel your passion in within your response. I can feel your energy, the passion in terms of this song, and trust me, it deserves all the glory. The man upstairs, well, I shouldn't say man, because my daughter told me that the higher power is not a man, is a woman. So I'm going to say that the higher power, all praises and shouts out to Him. You understand? Because He deserves it. It keeps us alive and keeps us going.
Yes.
We have to give God, especially being alive right now. What a time to be alive. So
I'm telling you, it's a great time.
It's a great time to be alive. Yes. So the listening audience who do not know who about Diana Wright and is just hearing your music for the first time, give us some background. When did you get started? And how long you have been doing music, and are you only concentrating on the gospel side of music right now?
Okay, so I have been doing music for a pretty long time. In the year 2000, I released an album called Portrait of Praise, and when I released that album, the very first song on it, called If You Miss Me, was a hit since 2000 up until this day. In Jamaica, there's no church song, no concert, no church event at all where you go and you don't hear them singing If You Miss Me. There's so many people have done do-overs for it. Even in England, people come and say, Diana, we hear your song, people are singing over your song. That song has been and will always be one of the markers in the gospel arena, if I can say it that way. And it's just been going since that. Not just that, and I write all my songs. I never do do-overs. I write all my songs, and that was my first album there. I'm a poet as well. I've received several awards. I perform in poetry, in drama, with JCDC in Jamaica, and just the whole artistic, flavor in terms of writing and singing and the whole acting or so. But for the music, in 2000 was it for me, was a highlight, was the beginning of the highlights for me.
You are a true creative. As you talk about, doing the poetry and different things at JCDC or Jamaica, are you currently residing in Jamaica or somewhere?
Right now, I'm in North Carolina, in the United States. So that's where I settle for now. Well, I won't use the word settle. That's why I say I'm technically nomad. I'm more sophisticated. Well, you may say nomad. So for myself, I say I'm an internationalist. Isn't that so much? Right, that sounds so much cute, right? It does sound cute.
I'm an internationalist. Okay, that's what I tell persons. But
That's right.
yes, I tell you, I listen to your craft, and I really love what it is that you do with the music itself. Yeah.
Thank you.
I am going to run one of your other tracks, and we'll come back with some questions from our listening audience as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
We give thanks and praise to the Most High, Yah. Ever living, ever faithful, ever true. Yeah, yeah. More love, more peace, yeah. I just love me, now me heart can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just love me, now me heart can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. Love is a fountain, keeps on flowing down like a mountain, and it keeps on growing. You plus me, and the love is showing. Push up your hand in the air and make the love light shine. I just love it, now me heart can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just love it, now me heart can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I know you're not perfect, but I know you are worth it. You've been there for me, so I know you deserve this. May I go talk it loud, cause me want you to hear this. Tell the whole world I appreciate this. All this time where they blow you could have leave, but you steer this. Anchor to the rock, no hurricane couldn't shake this. You are number one and you're there for me earless. Me woulda never diss you and you know this. Hey, I just love me, no me heart can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. They say you love me, no me heart can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just see you in on me heart can't tear him apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just got in on me heart can't tear him apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. Don't want no gamble, come fi set the example. Put your heart on the table, cause I hit me not trample. Me at the straight shooter, so you know me no rumble. Straight from the heart, me wear the love like a mantle. Hold your love like I am, make it go like a candle. This a no hopscotch, it and no food where you sample. Taste a little, you no want no more. Anywhere you go, if I so, taste and buy no so. Leave it as you go. I just love it, now me heart can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just love it, now me heart can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. So we do it, yeah. Real thing, yeah. Hear this. Yeah, me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, okay? We have Philip out of South Africa that says, listen, her voice is so commanding. Yes, her voice is commanding. The music that she exudes is like, I'm here. The attention, that's what you're giving me. It's like, I'm here. I'm gonna make you pay attention. Right? Wow. Very commanding and rich within the production itself. Your voice is rich, but let me tell you, you have that voice where someone will give you a mediocre beat or rhythm to sing on, and you will be the person carrying the rhythm. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's what you have going on right now. Wow, and the production itself is also great. I think you have something here. People talk about Grammys and we have the reggae community right now that's some persons are saying that the Grammys is a US thing and why are we doing? Listen, it's an award. We have goals. We have goals. So stop the nonsense. There's goals in place. So I'm telling you right now, don't be like some of my persons that are saying that it's a US award and why we so da da da. It is something that defines our music. It's something that defines our culture. Should it define our music? Should it define our culture? There are various other awards as well that we can turn towards. We do not have to necessarily focus on the Grammys or the Billboard. We can also build our own so that the focus will be on that. But right now, since there's not much focus. As my friend would say, when it comes to show business, there's a lot of persons that are doing the show, but no business. All right? You have a Grammy, you have a Grammy voice, girl. Okay? So go for it in terms of the gospel music and bring it home. Bring it home. I love what I'm hearing. I love it. 100%. So commanding. Yes. It's like, if you don't want to listen, I'm going to make you listen. So, so this song, real thing.
We produced it here because we do have our own recording studio. And as a matter of fact, we decided that, you know what, when you begin to depend on someone to do your music for you, or to play this or to do that, then you'll end up singing what you don't want to sing. You'll wear what you don't want to wear. You'll say what you don't want to say. So we just decided that, look here, we're going to do it our own. Me and my crew, I have my little crew.
Yes.
And it's just based, and so we do our own. We put out our own thing. We push our own thing, so that when you hear us in our natural, true self, and whatever we put out is exactly what we represent and whatever we mean.
And something that you have said, which is so definitive, that you have a small crew. We have persons that think in this industry you have to have 20 persons to call it a crew. Just as I've said to all my artists that come on, you have one person listening to you that's a fan. You have two persons those are fans. Dr. Empress Rose has fans. There's more than 2 people listening right now. So, I say that to say this. If you have a small crew, work with your small crew until your crew can get bigger. And it's better sometimes when you work with a small crew, because, you know, there are some Judases that could be in your organization and you don't know because there's too much person for you to narrow it down to. So the less persons you have and you can pick out Judas real quick, it's even better. Okay? Judas and Jezebel. Let me not forget the Jezebel, because it appears that the Jezebels are the ones clearing the torch right now, you know. So that's a whole other topic. Might have to say a prayer. Might have to say a prayer for me before you get out of this room today.
My God, I tell you.
But in terms of the real music, the real thing, the song that's playing in the background, is that your latest release?
Yes, it was. That song is all of the songs I think that you have there are part of the EP. We produced an EP in 2019, has 7 songs on it, and those are the songs from the EP.
Okay. Awesome. And so the real thing, did you come up with the writing based on any specific things that may have happened, or how did you come up with the writing?
No, like I said, I just wanted to change the flavor of how I do gospel. I wanted to make it horizontal, you know, because of course we do the vertical praise to the Most High, but then again, too much. You see, the thing about it, Empress, when you spend so much time saying, okay, yeah, I love you, God, and that's our duty to love the Most High, right? But what we are lacking, like I hear Rastama was talking about, what we are lacking is the one-to-one relationship with our brothers, is the love.
That's true.
And not to be sectionalized so much and have differences, because there's one God and power belongs to Him alone, you see. So if I just wanted to let people know, say, I just love me, love me, I can't tear it apart, it's not a real thing, you know. So I just want you to know that I want my brothers and sisters to feel me, and I want to feel them. I want to be able to give a hand to them, and they can give me a hand also. And when we share the love and have that horizontal relationship, then you don't have to worry about the 10 Commandments. You don't have to worry about not cheat your brother. You don't have to worry about take your sister man. You don't have to worry about, you know, a man a cheat on him brother, taking brother wife. You don't have to worry about those things. If you live a vertical, good life between one another, then the love of the Most High abides within. And so you're fulfilling what gospel really is. And so I wanted to bring it a little raw. I wanted to bring it down to earth to make people know, so look, take your head out of the cloud sometime and come right here, because this is right where we are, and this is where we need to meet, so that, you know, we can fulfill our duty here in heaven and the earth for the time that the Most High give us. And that's the reason why I flavor the songs, that kind of way. I still gospel, I still God may praise, because if I love you, then you can't love God neither. So that's just it.
Whoa. Well, let me just love it testimony, but let me ask you, are you, do you preach as well?
I do a lot of teaching, and sometimes the time I used to, go where people invite me to church. Sometimes they invite me to sing, sometimes they invite me to preach. But most recently, people probably don't really invite me to teach so much, because what I tell them, they don't want to hear. They would rather me to sing or so on, because like I said, when you get a little bit of knowledge and you start to understand the Bible and you start to understand that, listen, some people say, okay, the whole thing are the word of God, but then when you start to break it down and say, listen, some of it is just the lifestyle of how some of the people used to live, and it's incorporated in there. Mm-hmm. Everything in there is not the word of God. You understand what I'm saying? For example, you read Solomon say in a Chronicles, oh, thy breasts are like this and thy lips are like honey, and all them kind of things. Songs of Solomon, that is not necessarily the word of God. Solomon is just like, everybody knows Solomon was a girl. If me go to church and say, Solomon and David a long time girl, the man they have wolf a woman and thing. And it is not in correlation with what the church is teaching, because them say one wife, one this, one that. You understand? So there's a conflict. You understand? So when you kind of break things down to them and explain to them and say, listen, we're not just slaves, we're not anybody's slaves, we are royal priesthood. We come from a long line of royalty, from back down in Egypt, from the whole, go back to the whole history. Then you realize and you dig a little deeper, you find out exactly who we are and whose we are, and why we should live a certain kind of way and behave a certain kind of way. And the traditional church people don't want to hear that. They just want to hear Jesus, 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 and jump up and down and so on. I mean, I enjoy the jumping and the tambourine, and I love those things. But in spite of that, you have to hear the truth, because the truth is the only thing that's going to make us free. The truth is the only thing that is going to help us to understand how to live. Not just to take your money or give it to pastor. I mean, why are church people so poor? You're poor because you lack knowledge and you lack the reasoning and the understanding how to live and how to invest among yourselves. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just to just stay there and shout and you go home broke and poor and you give everything where you have and then you go. That is not life. So when I teach those things, them say, Diana, what you depend? Me depend the truth. That's exactly what I'm on. But traditional Christians don't want to hear me say that. So me kind of depend me look on, I do me look on the thing.
Well, Diana, yes, guess what happened? I will come to your church. I will most definitely attend your church. We love your church. We love your church. Yes. Church of the truth. Yes. Yep.
For real.
So let me ask you, outside of the gospel music though, what is your favorite genre? Well, of course that gospel is also classified under the reggae because the reggae undertones are there. What's one of your other preferred genre?
Okay, so I do love this. Okay, so the genre itself, like of course R&B is a very good, because I hear people say that it's either hip hop or R&B spin off of reggae, one of them. So it's that music that has that nice bass in it, and that that bass gives you the same feel like the reggae, that nice drum in there. But jazz is one of my top, if I should say, my top priority. I love jazz because jazz tells a beautiful story, and the way that the music is flavored, the twists and turns of the different ambiances in the music. Jazz is jazz is my kind of thing. I love it. Even though I'm not saying I'm a jazz singer, but when I hear jazz, it does something to me, and it just makes me want to listen, and it's a beautiful thing.
I love it. So who are the persons who influence this great music that you do? I so want to know who inspired this great music.
Okay, so Marcia Griffiths, I love that lady. I love Marcia Griffiths.
Shout out
I
to
listened
Marcia
her when I was
Griffiths.
growing up, I listened to her music. And you know what? The whole thing, not just her, but just the reggae. Let me tell you something, Empress. You see the reggae music?
It's very powerful.
Reggae, oh gosh, it's like medicine. And if, especially like when I was growing up, you know, on like weekends when you're at home, and because I grew up in the country, you know, when you carry water or when, on your head, or when you go home and you sweep up the yard, I wash up the plate, and you hear the sweet reggae music I play. Oh my God, something about the reggae that you don't find it, not even in jazz. Seriously, well, I won't say that because I'm biased, because I love jazz. But there is something in the reggae music that holds you in a place where nothing else holds you. Reggae music, especially sweet reggae music, and especially if the lyrics are good. You know, like Bushman, I'm one of my guys, and I love Bushman. Bonafire, Panawika.
That's the Bushman you draw. That's the
Bushman. I love those kind of things. It put me another notch, another rung up the ladder.
Yeah.
And so reggae is my healing. It heals me, and you know, it's just beautiful, man.
I'm gonna jump to one of their track because you draw for that Bushman. I'm going to listen to one of the other tracks and we'll come right back.
Okay.
Real Jamaican style. Say me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They on the ends, I will I made it on the corner. Say they won't deceive me, I will never leave me. They on the ends, I will I made it on the right now me know say me nah have a bag of money, but the little when me have, me give thanks and me spend it. Nah go lose me sanity, over no vanity. Now go cost road, now go cost animosity. Rain no fall on one man, no stop alone. Have no umbrella, keep walking, not up. Well, them a tell me no buy, me no shop around. Anything me need, so me daddy have a trailer load. No me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I will I made it on the can. Y'all never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends, I will I made it on the. So me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I will I made it on the can. God will never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends, I will I made it on the. One on young clock, bird no flying on no one wing. Wake up, stop dreaming, life is a real thing. Shoulder to the wheel and make the wheel start turning. Stop skylarking, done with the loafing. While you are praying, try a little hustling. You can tell something, but do not sell the wrong thing. If I mickle me we muckle, if I muckle me we mickle. Give thanks to the most high, even for the little. So me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I hold I made it on the corner. Y'all never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends, I hold I made it on the. So me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I hold I made it on the corner. God will never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends, I hold I made it on the. Right now me know say me no have a bag of money, but the little when me have, me give thanks and me spend it. Not go lose me sanity, over no vanity. Now go cost grudge, now go cost animosity. No far fun, one man no stop alone. Have no umbrella, keep walking, not up. Where them a sell me no buy, me no shop around. Anything me want, so me daddy have a trailer load. So me now go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I will I made it on the corner. He won't deceive me, I will never leave me. They pound the ends, I will I made it on the.
Listen, the listening audience is loving Diana Wright, is loving what you bring. You okay? Because and for myself, I am in a hole. I had to draw for the Medi after you decided that you're going to bring out the Bushman, I had to because I had to show persons your versatility, the power of your voice.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, when you're recording, because you have this powerful voice, you're not close to the mic at all.
If I'm not close to the mic?
You're not close to the mic when you're recording because your voice is already so powerful. Am I correct?
Yeah. My engineer always say, he's back a lick of the Diana, I'm at the thing. He's back a lick of. So, we have to stay away, you know? It's all, seriously, that's always the thing. That's always the thing. You know, they always have to say, stay right here. So this is your marker. Stay right here and don't cross it.
Yes. The power in the voice and the power of reggae. I tell persons all the time that this is the number one genre. Not because I'm Jamaican, because I've been in the music business. And I'm telling you, this is the number one genre. I don't give a shit what them chart over there, so tell them, say, it is the number one genre.
It is.
And
that's the reason why they want it, and that's the reason why they capture it. That's the reason why they're doing it. But you know, we don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show. You know? Yeah, we're going to invite you on that show.
Yes.
Right? Because we don't know what we know.
We set our own thing in the Empress. We set our own thing.
Yes.
Because, like, you know, some time ago I went to Ghana, because I went to Ghana, you know. So big up Ghana in the house, and of course all the beautiful listeners, wonderful listeners wherever you hail from. Respect to you. But you know, I went to Ghana and I went on the Black Rasta show. He's a prolific speaker. Man, that man is I don't know. I know.
Yes, I know who Black Rasta is.
I've been interviewed by him. Yeah, man. And you know, I was loved by. I got a warm reception. I was loved by everybody there. So you know, we give thanks for the strength. So you know, so we just want to just put that out there still.
Well, girl, you put out a whole lot today because, you know, you drafted that Bushman. I was like, whoa, okay. All right. But listen, I am going to keep on playing the CD over the weekend. Not just over the weekend. I'm going to include it in my collection because me discover Big God, me discovered so much more tracks. And, you know, there's so much more to you as well. That I am like really loving. When we talk about reggae music and the variations of reggae music and the female that make up this great profession in terms of the musicology and everything else, this is what we're talking about. You know, like on today's show, it's a variety show. There's reggae, there's reggae dancehall, there's cultural reggae, there is a gospel reggae, the R&B reggae. Listen, the one-on-one music review are going in, you know. We're going quiet at first for yes, sir. We go on in. Listen, we do it. We don't get enough respect as we should in this business. But reggae music is the thing. Okay?
That's true.
It is.
That's true.
It is the damn thing. Are we gonna keep on going?
If I might add, you know, yearly we do a show here in North Carolina. We just kind of like, you know, starting up to see other people vibe it. Last year we did it, and we dub it off of the title track called Real Thing, and it was good, you know, but we're still trying to fail. So actually we did two. One was 2018 and one was 2019. 2019, and then we did last year too. We did this year. So the vibes was good, but I was kind of thinking that we need to, this is something that I'm planning, and maybe, you know, you and I could get together some other time, you know, because I wanted to see more of the female artists, and that was what I'm working on for this year. Maybe I could take it to Jamaica, maybe we could do it in New York, or, you know, maybe we could do it in Ghana, Africa, or somewhere. That's my mandate. You know, because I think us as the mothers of society, our voice needs to be heard. We're not just here for just carry the children and stay at home and sew clothes and wash them and anything. Women will always be they are the first teachers, and they will be your greatest teacher, no matter what it say. You know, and me love Horace Chalmers when he say him have one beautiful empress, and he big up him empress, you know.
Yes.
And which is a good example of Haile Selassie and his one queen. You understand? And that's what we love to see when the men love their women and respect their women. But I feel like say we just there for just like a cradle to carry the baby and that's just it and we sit down and be silent. No, women are strong. We're great. Look here, there's some Empress, there's some nice tune. Me all have a tune. I never got to tell you about it right now, but I forgot about the interview. But I'll tell you about it's big up the man and woman relationship. It's big up the empowerment of men empower their women and stuff. But nice thing.
Niceness. Niceness. Well, let me tell you, it's always a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you come on. It's my first time you come onto my show, but I am so looking forward to you coming back again because listen, there's a whole vibe today. It's a whole vibe, you know, and it's great to see the variations and the flexibility within the music and the females that are carrying it as well. We have vibrations that was just one, and yes, that's what we're talking about. Let's give them music. You want music? We're going to give you music. And we're going to give you authentic music that stand the test of time and you can keep on listening. So I tell all the listeners who are listening, keep sharing the show. And when it finished, we're going to still keep on sharing it. So if they want reggae, we're going to give them reggae. Okay? All right. Diana, it's been a pleasure. Right?
Yes.
I appreciate you. I appreciate what it is that you do. Okay. Can you tell our listening audience where they can locate you across the social media platforms?
Okay, so on my Instagram, I am Empress Diana, and my Diana is spelled with 2 N's. That is Empress Diana, Dianna. And then you can also, just follow me there. That will be good. Also on YouTube, it's our company name, 16 Bars. That's 16 BARS Multimedia. That's 16 Bars Multimedia. That's where you'll find us on YouTube. Or if you want to support and purchase our music, you can go to www.16, that's the same 16 BARSMM.com. That's 16 BARSMM.com. That's where you can go to purchase our music. Also, let me throw this in. We are into movie production, and we just had a nice little snippet that we put out there called Bullet. So if you do go to the YouTube page, you will see it. So we're also in the multimedia, and we're producing good, really good movies. And even though this was just a tiny little bit of it, but great things are coming. So do go and subscribe and give me a like, give me a shout out, and let me know that you heard me on Empress Rose's show. And then, we'll take it from there.
Love it. Yes. That's what we're talking about. Yes. Keep the fire burning. Huh?
Yes.
We're going we're going to uphold reggae music to the highest standard because that's what we do. On that note, it's always a pleasure having you come through. We are going to vibe out with your Medi. After you drop the Bushman, I had to draw for the Medi. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ride out with Diana Wright's Medi, and we'll be right back. We have dancehall in the house. I encourage you, keep sharing because you would want to hear our next guest, okay? Medi it is.
Right now me no say me nah have a bag of money, but the little when me have, me give thanks and me spend. Now go lose me sanity, over no vanity. Now go cause grudge, now go cause animosity. Rain no fall on one man, no stop alone. Have no umbrella, keep walking, not up on him, not up. Well them a sell me no buy, me no shop around. Anything me need, so me daddy have a trailer load. No me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down, they pound the ends of all I made it on the can. Now he never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends of all I made it on the. So me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down, they pound the ends of all I made it on the can. God will never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends of all I made it on the. One hand can't clap, bird no flying on no one wing. Wake up, stop dreaming, life is a real thing. Shoulder to the wheel and make the wheel start turning. Stop style locking, done with the loafing. While you are praying,
a little hustling. You can sell something, but do not sell the wrong thing. For mickle me we muckle, if I muckle me we mickle. And give thanks to the most high, even for the little. So me now go pop down, no you want me drop down. They found the ends, I hold I made it on the corner. Y'all never leave me, no you won't deceive me. They found the ends, I hold I made it on the. So me now go pop down, no you want me drop down. They found the ends, I hold I made it on the corner. God will never leave me, no you won't deceive me. They found the ends, I hold I made it on the.
Massage me click, get it wet, me a dripping up. Clothes me a stripping up. Neck fear gripping up. Cocky a fist stiffing up. I am ready now, when you want to do ya now. Like a chair, me a sit down by your hood. You spoil me and you fuck me real good. So hard, rougher than a steel wool. You give me wings, you a musty Red Bull. Now if you take time.
Yes! So I got one of my audience members that said, Empress Rose, that's a change. That's a change from what we were listening to this. Well, I tell you, it's Versatility Friday. Flexibility Friday, okay? Get acclimated. We are going to have a Shell Jumper on in just a few minutes. Keep vibing.
This a girl a playing up, set me back weighing up. Massage me click, get it wet, me a dripping up. Clothes me a stripping up, neck fear gripping up. Cocky a fist stiffing up. I am ready now, when you want to do ya now. Like a chair, me a sit down by your hood. You spoil me and you fuck me real good. So hard, rougher than a steel wool. You give me wings, you a musty Red Bull. Now if you take time, just angle me good. Body full of veins, stamina, away your back full of. Still I am calling and I'm calling 'cause I can't get no sleep. I am tired of social distancing. This distance
Where you want, baby girl?
is killing me. Me I set it, come here, love. Yeah, man, why you take it anywhere, yeah. Me I set it, come here, love. Seven, why you take it anywhere, yeah.
Set it right, this a girl a bad man a fuck you. Bubble and bend up in a one bag of W. Should it well far, make it reach now your heart like heartbeat. Your pussy time I like tuck up. Love it when my gun brace up for your front. You said that make your kin full of beer.
Yeah. I am literally back here smiling right now because you guys are the text messages and the amount of messages that I'm getting. Say Empress Rose, I saw your bad. I didn't do the song, you know. I am just pushing the button. So on that note, the guy out of Gambia that asked me to pull it up, I'm gonna pull it up for you because I'm pushing the button today. It's called Versatility Friday.
This a girl a playing up, set me back weighing up. Massage me click, get it wet, me a dripping up. Clothes me a stripping up, neck fear gripping up. Cocky a fist stiffing up. I am ready now, when you want to do ya now. Like a chair, me a sit down by your hood. You spoil me and you fuck me real good. So hard, rougher than a steel wool. You give me wings, you a musty Red Bull. Now if you take time, just angle me good. Body full of veins, stamina, away your back full of. Still I am calling and I'm calling 'cause I can't get no sleep. I am tired of social distancing. This distance
Where you want, baby girl?
is killing me. Me I set it, come here, love. Yeah, man, why you take it anywhere, yeah. Me I set it, come here, love. Seven, why you take it anywhere, yeah.
Set it right, this a girl a bad man a fuck you. Bubble and bend up in a one bag of W. Should it well far, make it reach now your heart like heartbeat. Your pussy time I like fuck up.
Yes, so to my listening audience who is enjoying this song, the name of it, because I got like 8 messages asking me. The name of this song is No Sleep. It's No Sleep, and the artist is Shell Chapo. I have so much questions. I have her currently in studio, and I have so much questions for her. I know you do as well, because I can see the questions coming in. Shell Chapo, how are you? How are you?
I'm good.
So somebody already sent me a message and said they weren't expecting that cute little voice, based on this song. Huh? But I tell you what, we Jamaicans are very unpredictable. Yeah, we're very mysterious, and I love that. I love that about us. This is one race where it is that you never know what you're getting.
Never.
So before I get into the burning questions, tell our audience about Shell Chapo, where you're from, when did you started doing music, and we're going to get into the burning questions.
Okay, I'm worried.
Yes.
But okay. So I'm from Jamaica, but I also live in Florida. And I've always played with music, but I started doing it seriously in 2020, actually. So here we are. It's 4 songs out. Plenty more to go.
So you started doing music in 2020?
Professionally. I did it for fun before. So.
Yeah. Well, we know this song is not for fun.
No.
Lord. Okay. Yes. When we talk about the variations of reggae music and how important the importance of the music itself, because I think sometimes people get taken away or aback in terms of how important music is. It's healing as well. It's healing. And when we talk about the pandemic and being behind closed doors, and you have somebody that's running your life and tell you when you can go outside and when you can't, understand? These are some of the things that we look forward to in terms of the music, even this kind of music as well. So I would remind my listeners that I have 2 kids. They were born yesterday, and they didn't drop from sky. So exactly. I am loving the song. Somebody just tell me something bad. No, it's the real. And speaking of the real and the real thing, we just had Diana Wright, who exhumed positivity in terms of being real through her music and the message that it sent. So yes, we are here. So the song was written out of COVID, and is it based on what your experiences were in that period?
Yeah, based on the chorus, it was the whole being locked down and not being able to move and stuff, and I guess we're missing what we could normally do at night time. So that was kind of
Boy, I mean, I know. Wow.
It's kind of rough.
It's kind of rough because it is that in terms of creativity, we love is a part of our creativity as well, and music creation and what it is that we do. The other songs that you have released, are they dancehall songs as well, or are you tapping into other sides of the genre?
They're pretty much dancehall, but some people call it dancehall pop. Because the sounds are a little different. Yeah.
Well, we could clearly say that dancehall is your favorite then.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely my favorite.
Who is your favorite dancehall artist?
I am a Massacre girl right now.
Shout out to Massacre.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I listened to his album and I was like, whoa, okay. I love his album. Love it. Yes, love it, 100%. So Massacre is okay. So before Massacre is your influence, and in terms of, say, outside of the reggae dancehall, because you're when we're listening to this song, of course, there's always the R&B factor. That's a part of it as well. So in terms of like an R&B artist, not necessarily has to be a reggae artist. Who is your favorite?
I love Sa.
Who?
If that's how it's pronounced. SGA. It's Sa or SZA, how you pronounce it. I love her.
Okay.
And I love Dua Lipa.
Oh, okay. It's one of my favorites as well. Wow.
Really?
Yes. One of my favorites. Wow. So, what has the reception been like thus far?
The only part that was really difficult was the being told what we can and cannot do, and the limitation on flying and stuff. That was probably the only rough part. But work-wise, I'm kind of in the medical field, so it wasn't really that stressful work-wise. But more socially.
So you are a nurse by profession. Sorry.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's a twist.
I don't know why we did that, because now it looks crazy.
well, that's a twist. Listen to me. Do you? Okay. I have some ideas, but it's a twist in terms of you being, within that profession itself, and actually not that it's not given, yeah. Because, like I said, love is creativity. It's part of our writing. It's part of our music and all of the other the other things that go with it. Yes. So we have Brian out of Zimbabwe who has a question, and he's asking. Well, she did answer the first part of the question. She really started doing music early 2020. That question may have come when I first pushed the button and he heard the song. So he wanted to know as well, do you have collaborative material on your tracks? Have you collaborated with any other artists, or is it just yourself?
This song, the No Sleep song, is me and the artist named Heidel. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he's on that song as well.
No, he's not talking about this song. He's talking about...
Oh, no, he's the only collab I have so far.
This is the only collab. Looking forward to other collabs. What is that one artist you would love to collab with?
Oh, let's see. Masika, obviously.
Yes. Okay.
I want to do... Are we talking about a Jamaican artist?
No.
I want Cartel too. And I kind of want to work with Alkaline. I think me and Jada could probably do something that sounds really nice as well.
Wow.
And maybe on the international side, Nikki does good on dancehall collabs, so I feel like that would be a nice turnout. Or maybe Tory Lanez.
Yes.
And putting it out in the universe,
Yes, put it out there. And Alkaline is in your backyard. There are various persons who listen to this show. We have a very eclectic audience. We have producers, promoters, artists, just stay-at-home persons, other radio personalities. Big up to Chris Rich out of the US here, who is currently listening, radio personality. So we have different DJs who listen as well. So they may pass, the message to the various artists and say, listen to this girl and do something with her, because he's doing it. And to all the guys as well. I'm going to tell you right now, you can go to her social media while it is you listening to this interview and start requesting her, because it's not just about the song. She actually, as the personality, she appears to be a little bit shy right now, which actually sells as well. But she actually has the personality and the looks and the body to go with it. So go check her out. It's SHELLCHAPO. Go ahead, have fun. Go check her out across social media. Mr. Put it on blast, Shelly. But it is that they're loving your song, and they're without us getting to the end and asking what your social media is, go right ahead. Start looking at her social media, and you guys can follow her as well. In terms of the song being out there, in terms of the song getting out, and what has the reception been like from, your general audience? What are they saying?
It's been a really good feedback. This is probably my biggest one so far. I've never had this much traction. And then Heidel, my YouTube is kind of new, so it gets views, but then Heidel puts it on his, and we got like 88,000 views in 2 days. So I think it's going well.
It's going well. Let me just tell you that it's going well. I'm going to jump to the track, and I will be right back with some more questions as well. Okay, from our audience. Sit tight.
I know the ark and Noah. Fuck you very long, never quarter hour. All when time I done her, she still a feel a gunner. She run out of the house. Me say, hey girl, come here. All when time I winter, your pussy feel like summer.
I am ready now when you want a dear now. Like a chair, me I sit down by your hood. You spoil me and you fuck me real good. So hard, rougher than a steel wool. You give me wings, you a must say Red Bull. Now if you take time, just angle me good. Body full of veins, stamina, away your back full of. Still I am calling and I'm calling 'cause I can't get no sleep. I am tired of social distancing. This distance
Where you want, baby girl?
is killing me. Me I set it, come here, love. Yeah, man, why you take it anywhere, yeah. Me I set it, come here, love. Say, man, why you take it anywhere, yeah.
Yes, my listening audience. Okay, let me tell you something. I can't read that fast, I can't read that fast, and I see that I'm getting a lot of messages as it pertains to this song. No, I can't answer that question. Okay, there's some of these questions, or should I say, you have to go to her social media, and you can send her a DM over there and ask her some of these questions. Okay, so. We have Botswana in the house. I'm just going to shout out a few countries and a few persons that are asking me to shout them out. And to say hi to Shell as well. Shell Chapel. Okay? So, Botswana, thanks for tuning in. Sending shout outs to Shell Chapel as well. Zimbabwe. These are persons that are sending shout out to you. Zimbabwe. South Africa, Johannesburg to be specific. Nigeria. Good to see you, Nigeria. Yes. Okay, Reunion Island. Very nice to see you as well. The UK. United Kingdom. London to be specific. Bristol as well. Jamaica. Of course, Jamaica is repping right now. We have Ocherias. We have Ocherias. We have Montego Bay. Negro. Lucianova. Big ups to you. Thanks for tuning in each and every week. I appreciate you. And especially because it is that Shell Chapo is on the show. And you guys would like to know so much more about this song and about her. We're going to get back to the questions. I can't shout out everyone. Ghana, I see you as well. Thanks for tuning in. So, Shell Chapo.
Yes, ma'am.
In terms of live performances, we have Rich out of Europe, specifically out of Switzerland, that's asking this question. In terms of live performances, have you been on a live stage? No, you started within the pandemic, so have you been on a live stage?
No, I've never done it yet.
Not as yet. I would love to see that, though. I would love to see. I would love to see you on that live stage performing this song. Are you looking forward? Are you looking forward to it?
I am actually.
Okay, so
that no.
So Rich is a promoter. Rich, Booker, and tell me about the show. Tell me about the show after you book her, Rich. Yes, listen. This timeline is just very interesting right now. So,
Oh my God.
my listening audience would like to know as well. In terms of female, it is that you speak of Massacre as one of the persons that you know, your influences. But in terms of female artists, who is your number one female artist? And this is coming from Shelly, as you share your name. This is coming from Shelly out of New York.
Out of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I think I did mention that I love Caesar or Sa, however you pronounce her name.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do one with her.
I think she's.
I know the world wants to do a song with Rihanna, but she don't do music no more.
Oh, Rihanna don't do music no more? Or is she taking a break?
I don't know. It's a long break.
It's a long break. But let's just face it. When she drops something, though, it's going to go. They're gonna go ballistic because they waited so long, as well. Yeah, but so that's quite interesting. Okay, interesting. All right, let's keep going through a few questions here. What we have Ron out of Zimbabwe who would like to know, what do you do in your spare time outside of music?
I'm not really a house person outside. I only go to work and I do the studio. I don't really do much else. I'll go out every once in a while.
So you're a brave introvert?
In a way, yeah. I guess that's a good way to put it.
Well, okay. Welcome to the club. I am an introvert, but closed mouths don't get fed. So I when I go on my tour to speak as a motivational speaker, that's me. But otherwise,
yeah,
I'm good behind the scenes. Yes.
Working on craft.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly. Wow. All right. We have Aries. Aries out of Botswana would like to know, what song are you currently listening to? Like if he had to go into your phone or your iPod or whatever you're listening to your music, who would be that number one artist you're currently listening to?
You're probably gonna see Normani.
Normani.
Yeah.
Nice. Should we say that some of your songs that you have written, or even this last song, is inspired by Normani?
No,
not her. Okay. I would say sometimes we draw from various artists in terms of writing and productions as well.
Yeah, but I think this song, this song is more. This song is me.
It's you. You hear that? To my audience, this song is her. Remember, I gave you the social media. Go over there. This song is her. Okay? So go over to the social media and check out her page and follow her and give her some support as well. I'm going to be giving away 20 copies of this song because I'm intrigued by her boldness, number one. Number two, because it is that she brings a flavor. Let's just face it. The song is very catchy, and we're not talking about the content that is lacking content. It's not lacking content at all. I'm going to give 20 copies so that you guys can listen to this song and listen to the content one-on-one. I'm playing various parts of it, but not the whole song as yet. So I'm going to give our audience an opportunity to listen from start to finish and to hear what exactly it is that I'm hearing in terms